So now we've got a web page with content and structural elements, header, article and footer, and now it's ready to add some design to make it look a little bit more like a normal website. So let's just remind ourselves of what the structure's like using the inspect tool, and we can see here we've got a header, article and footer. So the first thing we do is go into the CSS and create those selectors. So one for header, one for article, and one for footer, and save that. So the first thing we want to do is change the style of the header. I want to give it a background colour. So all I need to write in here is background and specify colour. So I'm going to choose blue, save this, reload the page, and we've got a blue background. I want to give it a height, 100 pixels, reload the page, and we've got a height now. Something not quite right about this. We've got this white banding around our elements. So we'll have a look using the inspector to see what this is. So if I use the inspector, hover over body, we can see body is highlighted in blue, but also we've got the light brown highlight around it, which means there's some margin applied to the body element. So what I can do is I can go to the body element and just reset that margin. So I'm going to type in margin and set that to 0. Save, reload. That's taken the margin off the sides. There's a margin at the top now. So what I need to do is find out which element is creating the margin. I think it's the H1. So it's the H1 that's inside the header that we can see there with the brown highlight above it is creating a margin. So it's creating a gap at the top. So I want to remove that. It's going to be quite difficult because I've actually got two H1s in here, and I want to remove the margin from the top of this one, but not the top of this one. So this one is inside the header, this one is inside the article. So they're clearly different by the fact that they're within two different elements. This one's within header, this one's within article. So what I can do is I can specify that. I can create a selector. I can say header H1, which means the H1 inside the header, and I want to change the margin to 0 and save. If I reload this, it's taking the margin from the top. Next, I want to work on the article. So the article, what I want to do with the article is control its width. So at the moment it's spreading out across the whole of the page. And I want to just pull it in a little bit and create more of a column. So within article, I can specify width. And I'm going to specify in percentages, so it's going to be a percentage of the width of the whole page. So I'm going to say 80%. Save this, reload. Okay, so now it's 80% of the width, but it's stuck to the left hand side. So what I want to do is move it into the middle. So what we do within the article is we specify the margin, but we say 0 and auto. So this means it's applying a margin of 0 to the top and the bottom of the article element. It's automatically assigning a value to the left and right. So what it's doing is it's actually distributing this amount of space equally between the left and right, and that has the effect of putting it in the middle of the page. So I'm going to save this, reload this. We've got our article in the middle of the page. So if I expand that, it's always in the middle, it's always 80%. Last thing I'm going to do is change the footer. I'm going to give the footer a background. I'm going to make this brown. I'm going to give it a height 100 pixels. Save this, reload this. We've got a nice little footer at the bottom.